Shortly after the passing of Sir Jack Hayward, there was a lot of discussions around how we could honour his phenomenal legacy within the city and within the football club, and the plan was developed to create a statue in his honour.
Sir Jack was an unbelievable person, fun-loving, friendly, a massive Wolves fan, a fan of the academy and the youth as well, and yeah, and a man of the people.
He was the most charismatic man I think I've ever met. He had a presence that when he walked into the room, everyone knew he was there. And his love for the club just shone through. You knew this man was completely and utterly besotted with Wolverhampton Wanderers and expected everybody else to be that way.
He really, really loved the club. You could see he took pride in the fact that he'd taken the club from deep depths right up and built a fantastic stadium, helped so many young players in their career, whether it's myself, Robbie Keane, Jolien Lescott, Lee Naylor, just to name a few, because of the fantastic academy put in, giving Wolves fans so many great times. So yeah, Sir Jack Hayward, a real top man, family man, and yeah, just an all-round good person.
There was never any doubt in anyone's mind as to how Sir Jack wanted people to behave when they were working at Wolverhampton Wanderers. His word was his bond. He didn't really like contracts, so there was a way in which we had to act with other people, which meant our word, his word, the word of Wolverhampton Wanderers was really important. He was more interested in petty cash than spending £3 million on, say, buying Kenny Miller. The little things really were important to him.
He was such a wonderful man, and he was a great supporter, not only of Wolves, but of course of Britain, and he used to be called Union Jack.
Owners come and go, managers come and go, players come and go. The football club and the fans are the constant, and he really protected that. So look, it's a different feel now. It's foreign owners, but the football out there is fantastic. But the reason that such a rich company wanted to take this club is because of the legacy that Sir Jack left, the training ground, named after him, too right. You know, the playing squad, the stadium, all that sort of stuff. And the fan base has grown and grown, and it's a big brand. Wolves is massive. Everywhere I go, I see Wolves fans. So for me, the club's history is amazing, and there's a big chunk, a big chapter because of Sir Jack.
The biggest legacy is that he re-established pride in both the football club and how the supporters felt about the football club. Because if you look back previous to his ownership, the club was on extremely rocky ground. And I think today we can still feel and see the Sir Jack legacy. And therefore, I think this statue is such a fitting tribute to him. It's what should happen. I think the fans want it to happen. And nobody should ever forget what Jack has done, because it's created that foundation on which then the Steve Morgan era built on, and now the Fosun era are building on again. And so, you know, he, to me, was the architect of this success that the club is having now, and hopefully will have in the future too.
We commissioned James Butler to produce the statue of Sir Jack Hayward, and the reason really why we chose James was that he'd been commissioned on 2 previous projects before with the football club in the production of the Billy Wright statue and also Stan Cullis. So it seemed a very natural fit for us in order to commission James to produce this one of Sir Jack Hayward as well.
I first of all was asked to do a statue of Billy Wright, which was great fun to do. We had this terrific unveiling, which was by the Beverley sisters. Billy Wright was married to one of the sisters. Beverley looked up in complete silence, and after about 2 or 3 minutes, she suddenly said, "That's my Billy," and burst into tears. So I knew I was on the right track when the Beverley sisters okayed the job.
Yeah, I've known Jim since I started at the age of 16, and that's 25 years. He always amazes us. His ability to work in cloth, the folding of fabric, the movement he gets into his sculptures is second to none. He's been doing it a very long time, and he's very skilled at it. This is one of his huge pieces, and he works in He works on scaffold which he makes himself, and it's fantastic to watch. We've developed a system of casting which we're very proud of, that produces a very good quality product, down to the fingerprint quality detail. He's quite forwards leaning. He has structural question marks over his position. He's standing primarily on one leg. The other leg is there just secondary sort of support, but he is leaning forward. So there's quite a lot of structural elements that are going inside him to make sure that it is safe for its purpose and its location.
It's been vital that we've communicated with the Hayward family during this process so that they're completely comfortable with the likeness and the resemblance of the statue, and I think we're at the stage now where everyone's extremely pleased with how it looks, and we're really happy and we're looking forward to its unveiling.
Jonathan has been here today, in fact, with his wife to finally okay the likeness, and thank goodness he's agreed that it looks like his father.
I think that's been a really important component part of delivering this, and not only the Hayward family, but we've had a steering committee group as well that's been reflective of fans, and this is, you know, in part a fan led project.
The motto that he went by, and I think everyone still remembers, he said, a one-liner, he's glad to have helped. That's how he thought about his involvement with the club over the years. Glad to have played his small part in helping the club. And he was very modest. He wouldn't therefore want this because he would have thought that it would be too much of a fuss being made about him. But deep down, I know he'd be incredibly proud and very pleased about it as well.
You know, he's very humble, so he'd probably be a bit embarrassed about that. It wasn't about the fame for him, but I feel it's right, and it'll be so nice for his family, his loved ones, to have that there. And I'm really, really happy that, say, Wolves fans, you know, centuries to come will know what a great guy Sir Jack was.